Okay. All right. All right. This is we were doing reviews, and somebody bought this in. We did his chat. Amazing chat. Okay. So, so, so he's a yin water rooster. All right. I know he probably thinks he's a water ox in the air, but that's in the lineage, not who you actually are. Um, and really good chat for the reason being is he has like he sits on the rooster, and so that rooster with the year that is an ox is in harmony. So there's a lot of harmony there in his chart. It's with his ancestors. So I don't know if he spent much time with his grandparents, but he's very much like his grandfather, meaning he's that water element. There's wisdom there, there's intelligence there. The water element is like listens, and it's two ears, one mouth, so that they're paying attention in that way, even though they may not look like they are. Water by nature aids everything, it touches everything. It also aids beauty inside and outside. All right, so it's that energy that is storing, like you don't know, you just see it nice and smooth, but nobody knows what's down here. It's descending, okay, that kind of thing. So, water also by nature always finds a way. They're adventurous. They're adventurous, and their mind is unstoppable. They are rebellious. They don't like conforming. Oh well, who does? And they are the most intelligent element. I have yet, and I've said this over and over, I have yet to see a water element actually, be who they are, spirited, like waterfalls. Um, Spirited, as in a lot of you are going to say, what was spirited? They can become chaotic, like the waterfall, or they can be like the stream, just disciplined. Okay, both ways, yeah. Anyway, so because he's yin water by nature, then yin water is not the type to sit still. There's always something on the boil. They're still very secretive as well, because what you see is not what's down here, kind of thing. They I don't know if I should say this. Um, they don't look harmful, but serial killers, a few of the serial killers were in water. It's all right, he's not going to listen to this. Anyway, so that's that sort of thing. So, what you are, whether you're imaginative or not, which water is, they are also creative, very, very creative. And he sits on the rooster. The rooster is like the house of spouse. So, whoever he is with, um, she kind of is supportive in that way. Okay, so even though they have their weaknesses is like there's not enough staying power in that way, but they endeavor with anything they do. There's an endeavor happening. Okay, they're not going to give it up. They're not going to give up just like that. And water by nature is also um, they're good leaders. They can be detached in a way that the party's in that room and they're happy to just sit here and just, yeah, it's fine. Just leave me alone type of thing. Water also is they need courage to move forward. And so, yeah, I mean, if he's on radio, he's got courage, correct? Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. And what else do I have to tell you about this water? So water by nature also is, uh, I can say this, I guess, self-centered as well. And however, I don't want to say, but however, because he's a water rooster by nature, so although for roosters, a lot of roosters have fame because the roosters on the fence and it's his hen house, the harem. I'm not saying he has a harem, but I'm just giving you a bit of an idea. So the water rooster in the as he is in the chart is uh, he's at home with any communication he has to do. Again, he's on radio. all right? And great organizers, persuaders, because remember I said ears, one mouth. It's yeah, they'll persuade anybody that way. And they have a lot of friends as well at the same time. And they're like they're like vultures when it comes to their culture. So they totally love that, whatever it is. Um, etc. Now, in his chart, in the month, he has young fire and a dragon. So fire already goes up, so it's heavenly. And then the dragon is the gate of heaven. So his parents had that ability, that intuition, that wisdom, beyond that type of thing. And so that's part of his chart as well. And that dragon in the month is also in harmony with the rooster of the day, which means his whole family has been together before in another tribe. All right, for those of you that don't understand another tribe, another time, watch Doctor Strange, Marvel Universe. All right, and so I do know one bit of thing that I wrote from one of the girls is 2014. He was the youngest radio presenter, and I think he's also a comedian, something like that. So he's in a cycle at the moment of 50 to 60, and that 50 to 60 adds another level to your destiny as well, what age you are and where you are. And the energy is metal and earth. Now, the metal is what supports the water, and the earth that it sits on is a dog, and it's not happy with the dragon. The two of them kind of clash, so sometimes he will feel like he's trapped between heaven and the underworld, that type of thing. However, that metal means all his ideas, whatever he is thinking, even if it's to make a tissue box or whatever it is, the money comes, whatever it is, okay? Because the dog that is in the 50 to 60 is the storage of money for the water element, and he is the water element. So he can bring in the companies for ads, and they will pay for whatever it is. He just has to open his mouth. So let's add 2026 to the mix. 2026 is nothing but ching, 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 ching. What can I say? It's a fire horse and it's nothing but money this year. So it's the sort of money that happened in 2014, that fire. Oh, that's actually the year. Yeah, there you go. That was the radio presenter, youngest radio presenter, and 2016. It's 2014 and 2016 compiled together this year, and it is money from, if he goes back to 2014 and he says the money, and then 2016, money. This year is the two together. The beautiful thing about this is from 50 to 60, because he has a dog, the dog and the horse are soulmates, and there's a healing and there's that spirit coming through again. So he may feel things, you know, happening. He may be able to negotiate, but he will view things holistically before this year ends. And for him to understand what this year, 2026, the trigger was in 2025 in June. There was a trigger and he healed, he was feeling better, etc. Looking forward to 2026. But it's just ching, 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 ching. And if you want help counting it, just call me. All right. So that's how a chart sometimes pans out, and whatever the year brings you, etc. And the only thing that would change and alter that as a frequency is, or what would make it even the bomb, the ultimate, is your home that you sleep in, like you activate your money, all of that sort of stuff. All right. That's it. Yay. Go. Sorry, I forgot his name. Go Christian. All right. And it's from Gold 104.3.